Alright, so I just got done with the X10 stuff, and as you see, I'm showing all my X10, and there's 18 devices so far. I still have more to do. You see I got outlets in here, I've got lights. I couldn't do some of my other light switches because these light switches, the toggle X10 toggle link 23890W, have an LED on them. You hold that you turn the light off, you hold the LED for 3 seconds, the light will automatically turn on and the LED flashes. It's in programming mode. Now you have to use a Palm Pad, which is an X10 wireless 310 megahertz device, to program it. I couldn't program some of my lights because we didn't get to the point of wireless yet. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that. So if we go back to plugins, this is what we have so far. Now the RFX-COM plugin will do 310 also, which is the W800 antenna. Let's go to receivers. If we went to add a new, we could put what COM port it's on, and we could go. For now, so I purchased a plugin before RFX-COM supported 310 when HS went to HS3. Blade, who has done many, that's his member name on the forums. He also created many free plugins and paid plugins. He took a stab and he came up with a plugin. Now I purchased that one, and then later on RFX-COM came out and I needed that for my Oregon temp sensors, so I had to buy that. So instead of not using it, I paid for it. Might as well use it. So if we scroll down to wireless receivers, BLRF, we come up. Now we go ahead and install. And as you can see, I've already ran through. I actually had a lot of the plugins run and make sure everything worked. Made sure my home automation was solid again, because it's been down for over a year and a half because it was not solid. So I already have licenses and stuff already entered. Oh, wrong one. We want to go back here. So now we need to enable this. Going back to my cheat sheet, we can see dual monitors is toying with me. We can see that COM5 is my antenna. So what we will do is we will go in, go to options. Man, I already have it set to so COM5, the receiver. These are all the ones it'll do. And that's really it. You can set Fahrenheit, Celsius, the brightness. You can set up all this. But that's all I really need to do. So we will do save. Now if we go to the log, we should see, okay, it's open. Now I have a motion sensor in front of me. I'm going to hit a button on it. And nothing is coming into the log. So now, let me see what I program it to. It's MS13A. Okay, so I have it set to B2. So let's go back in here, create a new device. It's going to be test motion. We're going to come over here. We're just going to leave these unknown. B2, leave as appliance is fine. Alright, so let's look for that device. Here it is. Test motion. Let me... Alright, view, logs. Now I have a lot, actually, let me shut that off. Under X10, I was doing this because walking around the house, hitting light switches to figure out what code they were. Go back into the log. Let's see. Look at that. B2 ons. I just hit an off and off and then on. This it's auto update, but it's going to take every couple seconds. So that's it to wireless. Now let's go back in there because that's all I use at the moment. Under house codes, once again, this is wireless. You can tell it to ignore all on, all off, bright, dim. You can retransmit, which I definitely want because so if I get a G15 motion in my garage in, I want it to rebroadcast out. So let's see, you can do security devices. These will be here. So DS10As, MS10s. So I have MS10s. Let's see if any of them have read in yet. You just auto load. And none are coming in. So I'm going to have to wait until some trip. I'm going to walk up and trip one real quick. Okay, let's try now. Load. Still not going. So, but this is where you do it though. You would hit load. It's going to take time for you to walk around for them to trip. I have some in my sump pump, which is really nice. You can, just because it's a door window sensor doesn't mean you can't use it for other things. I have it connected to a float. So in my sump pump, when the water gets up way too high and it trips, it'll email me telling me, hey, check the sump pump. The water's level's too high. Every time the sump pump runs, I have another float that's flipped backwards where when the float is floating, it's okay. It doesn't close the contacts, but when the water level goes down, then it lowers and it trips, and that tells me the sump pump ran. So have a database run and tell me in a day how many times has the sump pump ran. So there's a lot you could do with these. Oh look, a device ID popped in. Let's do test DS10 1. Actually, let's call it test. We'll call it DS10 1. Let's say add. Interesting. Add new. Let's see, do we have another code? Still going. 31884, I think. 31884. So these are just the two I have at the moment. So you can go to sensors. So these will be any of what's in this list. BLRF does these two, actually, because it does support certain RFXCOM wireless adapters, which I think the one I have is not supported. So I could use one plugin for both, which would be RFXCOM, but since I paid for it, I want to get the use of it, so I might as well just do that. So that's that. Shadow devices, back at the options, you can throw logs in so you can see logging. But other than that, we're good. Let's go back to device management. Let's do show all, room. Alright, so we got test, uncheck, test, DS10 1. You know what was the other one? Because we'll make that one test. Okay, so this is the one that's on test. 31. They're both test. What do I got going on here? Okay. Both of them are on test location. Yeah, locations test. So why didn't they? Oh, because I also have a room. We want the floor test. Actually, I don't see it here. Let's just show all. Sort by room. Test. I got something going on with a bum device. Let's see if we can trip that. So let's room test. Okay, so it has not been set yet. So, alright, so I went and I tripped them. I'm not sure which one it is yet. So now what I'll do is I have a door going to my basement. That's one of them I tripped, and then my 2 garage doors going outside. So what I would do is I'm just doing one at a time, open, close, and I'll get an idea which one goes to an alert. As you see here, low battery. You can also change in these, I believe. Right, you can change text, graphics, you could do different things. The defaults work for me. So that's pretty much it for the wireless piece. Now I can go program up my other light switches and keep going. Hope that showed you a little something. If not, I'm sorry.